They don't want you to know this. Not your physician, not the supplement giants, not the billion-dollar anti-aging industry. Because if you did, you'd stop buying 90% of what they sell. After 60, your muscles aren't just getting weaker, they're being quietly erased. It's a trillion-dollar health crisis no one is warning seniors about. The global sarcopenia market, yes, they've turned muscle loss into a business, is now overflowing with powders, pills, and protein bars promising miracles. But here's the uncomfortable truth. It's not a gym problem, and it's not a protein problem, it's a cellular collapse. And here's where it gets shocking. Multiple peer-reviewed studies now reveal that certain everyday vegetables, yes, ordinary vegetables, contain rare compounds that can switch back on muscle repair systems inside aging bodies. We're talking about plant chemicals that in some trials outperformed medications. Meanwhile, corporations are quietly cashing in. Billions are spent marketing whey shakes and superfoods that don't work unless your muscle repair signals are active. In this video, we're going to reveal the 5 most powerful vegetables that rebuild muscle and fight sarcopenia naturally, ranked from least to most effective. Stick around, because number 2 on this list has been clinically shown to regenerate muscle fibers in seniors in just 10 days, but only if you prepare it the right way. Mess it up, and it could actually weaken your muscles instead. Every single reference is linked in the description below, because unlike Big Pharma, we show our receipts. And before we dive in, from where are you watching us today? Drop it in the comments. We're reading and replying to every single one of you. You're not alone. We're in this fight together. Now, without any further ado, let's start with number 5, the forgotten root that can reignite blood flow to your legs and bring your strength back. Number 5. Beets. Beets are nature's forgotten powerhouse, especially for anyone over 60 who feels their legs growing weaker or their balance slipping. What most people don't realize is that the secret to fighting sarcopenia, the progressive muscle loss tied to aging, may not lie in lifting weights or drinking protein shakes, but in dramatically improving how blood flows to every inch of your muscle tissue. As we age, blood vessels stiffen and narrow. This makes it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach muscle cells in time to repair them. Without that delivery system working at full force, even a healthy diet or exercise routine can fall short. That's why beets matter. They're one of the richest sources of natural nitrates, compounds that convert into nitric oxide inside your body, relaxing and widening blood vessels. This boosts circulation, improves nutrient absorption, and reactivates muscle fiber repair. A 2018 study in the Journals of Gerontology found that older adults who drank concentrated beet juice before walking had 38% more oxygen circulating in their muscles, with measurable improvements in endurance, power output, and recovery. At first, Eleanor, a 70-year-old retired librarian, didn't believe it. She had spent years struggling with heavy, sluggish legs, especially when climbing the stairs at her local library to volunteer. One morning, she nearly tripped in the archive room while carrying books. Her doctor brushed it off as just getting older and recommended more therapy sessions. But Eleanor wanted something simpler, something natural. Her grandson, a young chef in training, suggested she try adding raw beets to her meals. She laughed at the idea. Beets? Those taste like dirt, but agreed to blend small slices into her morning smoothies with apples and ginger. Within a week, she noticed her feet felt warmer at night, and the constant tingling in her calves started to fade. 2 weeks later, she walked through the library stacks without grabbing the rail. By the 4th week, even her yoga instructor remarked on her steadier balance. Eleanor felt alive again in her legs. It wasn't magic. It was circulation. Her muscles were finally being fed again. But here's something most people don't know. Cooking can kill the very compounds that make beets so powerful. When boiled or over-roasted, beets lose more than 60% of their nitrate content. To preserve the full muscle rebuilding effect, you need to eat them raw, grated, or gently steamed. A simple way is blending half a beet into a fruit smoothie or shredding it into a salad with lemon juice and olive oil. Cold-pressed beet juice or unsweetened beet powder can work too. And the benefits don't stop at muscles. Better nitric oxide levels from beets also lower blood pressure, reduce arterial stiffness, and can even improve sleep quality by keeping blood flowing evenly at night. Most shoppers walk past beets in the produce aisle without realizing they're walking past one of the most powerful tools for restoring blood flow and fighting muscle loss. If your legs feel heavy, your steps are slowing, or you're waking up stiff and sore, your muscles might not be weak. They might just be starving for oxygen, and beets could be the fastest way to feed them again. But circulation is only part of the story. The next vegetable doesn't just boost blood flow, it actually changes the way your muscles store energy. And almost no one knows it works this way. Number 4. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes might look like comfort food, but for seniors battling muscle loss, they're so much more. They're metabolic protectors. After 60, muscle tissue isn't just shrinking from inactivity, it's under attack from inflammation, insulin resistance, and constant energy shortages. One overlooked cause: poor glycogen storage. Glycogen is how your body stores energy inside muscle cells. When storage is weak, your muscles fatigue faster, recover slower, and lose strength over time. That's where sweet potatoes come in. They're packed with slow-burning carbs, beta-carotene, potassium, and antioxidants that not only fuel the body but help it heal. A 2020 study in Nutrients found that older adults who ate antioxidant-rich tubers like sweet potatoes improved markers of muscle protein synthesis and reduced oxidative damage in skeletal muscles by more than 29% in just 6 weeks. Meet Walter, a 68-year-old retired postal worker. Walter had walked his neighborhood routes for decades, but after retiring, he started to feel his legs betray him. Trips to the grocery store left him winded, and his doctor warned him about pre-diabetes. He tried cutting out desserts, walking more, but something still wasn't right. His energy crashed after nearly every meal. That's when a neighbor suggested swapping his usual white bread and instant rice for baked sweet potatoes. Skeptical but curious, Walter began roasting them with rosemary and a drizzle of olive oil. Within 2 weeks, he noticed his legs weren't trembling when he stood from the couch. His mid-afternoon crashes stopped. After a month, he was back to helping his daughter with home repairs, climbing ladders without shaking. The most shocking part: his blood sugar stabilized, and the painful night cramps in his calves disappeared. Sweet potatoes do what pills often can't. They regulate how energy flows in and out of your muscles. Their slow-release carbohydrates and rich potassium content prevent blood sugar spikes and crashes while keeping insulin steady. And insulin isn't just about sugar control, it's also the hormone that drives amino acids into your muscles, fueling repair and growth. On top of that, sweet potatoes provide magnesium and manganese, minerals that strengthen bone, support contractions, and reduce soreness. When they're depleted, muscles stay sore longer, even after light activity. For best results, skip the marshmallows and butter. Roast or steam them with the skin on to preserve antioxidants. Even one medium sweet potato a day, especially at lunch or dinner, can provide enough steady fuel to reduce fatigue and prevent nighttime weakness. And here's the bigger truth: if you've been told your muscle loss is just aging, sweet potatoes prove it's not. It's not a life sentence, it's a nutrient problem, one you can fix at your dinner table. But circulation and energy are only part of the puzzle. The next vegetable does something far rarer. It mimics the effects of resistance training at the cellular level, even if you haven't lifted a dumbbell in years. Number 3. Spinach. Spinach isn't just for iron or eye health, it's a hidden muscle-building machine, especially for seniors who feel their strength slipping away. What makes spinach unique is a group of rare plant compounds called phytoectosteroids. One in particular, 20-hydroxyexidone, acts almost like a plant-based growth signal for muscle cells. It tells aging muscles to start synthesizing protein again, even without heavy workouts. A groundbreaking study in the archives of toxicology found that people who consumed this compound daily increased lean muscle mass by more than 10% in just 10 days without changing their exercise routines. For seniors, that could be the difference between walking independently or relying on a cane. Meet Marjorie, a 73-year-old former piano teacher. After a bad winter cold, she lost her appetite and spent weeks barely eating. By spring, her arms felt paper-thin, carrying groceries was nearly impossible. Her doctor called it age-related decline, but Marjorie wasn't ready to give up her independence. Her grandson, a college athlete studying sports nutrition, suggested she try something simple: eat spinach every day. Raw in smoothies, blended into soups, sautéed lightly with garlic. She rolled her eyes. Spinach isn't going to fix me. But with nothing to lose, she gave it a shot. After just 10 days, she noticed something she hadn't felt in months: a tightness in her upper arms, like her body was waking up. After 3 weeks, she carried her grocery bags upstairs without pausing. She told her friends, "I feel like I'm reconnecting with my own body." Here's why. Spinach doesn't just contain nutrients, it activates pathways that tell the body how to use them. Its phytoecdystoroids switch on mTOR, a master muscle-building signal inside human cells. And unlike many supplements, it works even in older, sluggish cells that usually resist repair. Spinach also provides magnesium to calm cramps, vitamin K to strengthen connective tissues, and nitrates that improve blood flow, giving it a 1-2 punch of better circulation and faster recovery. You don't need to eat it by the pound. Just 1 to 2 cups a day, lightly cooked or blended raw, can be enough to spark repair signals. Pair it with lemon juice or vinegar to unlock minerals, and avoid overboiling, which destroys fragile compounds. If your arms feel like they're shrinking, or your legs won't hold you the way they used to, spinach may be the most natural resistance training partner you never knew you had. But muscle loss isn't only about energy or signaling. Sometimes the real culprit is inflammation, silent, destructive, and slowly eating away at your muscle tissue from the inside out. And that's where the next vegetable shines. Number 2. Red cabbage. Red cabbage isn't usually the first thing people associate with strength, but for seniors battling stiffness and swelling, it may be one of the most underrated muscle saviors. What feels like just aging is often something more dangerous: chronic low-grade inflammation. Over time, inflammatory molecules like interleukin-6 and C-reactive protein CRP quietly break down muscle faster than your body can repair it. The result? Aching joints, weaker muscles, and slower recovery. Red cabbage helps fight back. Its deep purple pigments are loaded with anthocyanins, natural compounds that calm inflammation and shield muscle tissue. A study published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that older adults who ate anthocyanin-rich foods daily reduced oxidative stress markers by up to 40%, while improving grip strength and walking speed in just 4 weeks. Take Gerald, a 66-year-old retired carpenter. For years he'd worked with his hands, but recently he noticed his grip weakening. Simple chores, tightening a screw, holding a hammer, left his fingers trembling. He also battled stiffness in his knees that made yard work miserable. His doctor prescribed anti-inflammatory pills, but Gerald worried about side effects. One evening, his daughter brought over a homemade slaw made with raw red cabbage, apples, and a splash of vinegar. Gerald shrugged and ate it. Over the next few weeks, he started adding red cabbage to stir-fries, soups, even sandwiches. By the 3rd week, the morning stiffness in his hands had eased. His grip felt stronger, and for the first time in months, he enjoyed working in his shed again. "I thought my muscles were disappearing because of age," he told his daughter, "but really, they were just inflamed." Here's how it works. Red cabbage doesn't just reduce inflammation, it protects mitochondria, the tiny engines inside your muscle cells that generate energy. When mitochondria are damaged, muscles fatigue quickly, even after short activity. By stabilizing these engines, anthocyanins keep muscles powered longer. Red cabbage also delivers vitamin C to support collagen, the glue that holds muscles together, and gut-friendly fiber that helps regulate systemic inflammation at its source. For best results, eat it raw or lightly steamed. Braising with vinegar actually boosts antioxidant activity, and pairing it with healthy fats like olive oil improves absorption. Just half a cup a day can begin reversing years of hidden inflammation that's been draining your strength. If you've been told your weakness is inevitable, red cabbage may prove it's not. Your strength could still be there, just buried under layers of inflammation. But nothing compares to the final vegetable on our list. It's tiny, overlooked, and yet scientists are calling it the most nutrient-dense green on the planet. And most people have never even tried it. Number 1. Watercress. If you've never taken watercress seriously, that changes today. This tiny green may be the single most powerful vegetable for rebuilding aging muscles, yet almost no one pays attention to it. Watercress isn't trendy or flashy, but it's packed with more nutrients per calorie than almost any other food on the planet. It ranks at the very top of the aggregate nutrient density index, ANDI, meaning it delivers the most nutrition for the least calories. What sets watercress apart are its glucosinolates, plant compounds that send a direct signal to aging muscle cells. Repair yourself. Combined with antioxidants like lutein, quercetin, and isothiocyanates, watercress doesn't just slow decline, it helps reignite regeneration. A 2019 study in Nutrients showed that seniors who ate glucosinolate-rich vegetables like watercress had significantly higher muscle endurance and grip strength while reducing inflammatory markers by more than 46%. Meet Clara, a 75-year-old retired nurse. For decades, she was the strong one in her family, caring for others. But after her husband passed, her legs began to feel like concrete blocks. By noon, her calves tightened, and by evening she limped through the house. Stretching, protein shakes, even magnesium supplements made little difference. One afternoon, her neighbor, a young farmer, dropped off a bundle of fresh watercress from his greenhouse. Clara had never cooked with it before, but she decided to toss a handful into her lentil soup. The next day, she added it to her sandwich, then to her morning omelet. Within 2 weeks, she noticed her afternoon limp was gone. After a month, she walked through the park without needing to rest on a bench. At her next checkup, her doctor was surprised. Her leg muscles had visibly regained tone. Clara had changed nothing else. The only difference was watercress. Here's what was happening. Watercress compounds were neutralizing free radicals, restoring mitochondrial efficiency, and signaling muscle cells to repair. It was like flipping on a switch that had been stuck for years. And because watercress also contains natural nitrates, it improved blood flow too, feeding those muscles with oxygen and nutrients. The best part, you don't need to cook it. In fact, watercress is most powerful raw. Toss it in salads, blend it into smoothies, or sprinkle it fresh on soups after cooking. Its peppery bite adds flavor while delivering a nutrient punch that few other foods can match. Even a small handful a day can spark a revival in tired muscles. If you're over 60 and feel like your strength is fading, watercress might be the green spark your body has been waiting for. Small, yes, but sparks are what start fires. Muscle loss after 60 isn't something you can afford to ignore. It's not just about looking fit. It's about walking without falling, standing without wobbling, and living without fear. Sarcopenia creeps in slowly, but when it hits, it can change everything. The good news? You don't need expensive powders or endless prescriptions to fight it. Nature has already provided you with powerful tools right in the produce aisle. The 5 vegetables we just covered, beets, sweet potatoes, spinach, red cabbage, and watercress, target every angle of muscle decline. Beets improve blood flow so oxygen and nutrients reach your muscles. Sweet potatoes restore energy balance and stabilize blood sugar. Spinach turns on protein synthesis like natural resistance training. Red cabbage fights inflammation that quietly eats away at muscle fibers, and watercress reignites cellular repair, helping muscles regenerate from the inside out. Together, they cover the 4 pillars your body needs to rebuild strength, circulation, energy, inflammation control, and cellular rejuvenation. If this video opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love who's over 60. These are simple, affordable changes that can literally transform lives. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these foods yet? What's worked for you? Drop your experiences in the comments below. We read every single one, and your story might inspire someone else to start their journey back to strength. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss more science-backed tips each week. Your strength isn't gone, it's just waiting to be fed. Thanks for watching, and remember, your best years don't have to be behind you. With the right fuel, your body can surprise you.